Hey guys! So my zero waste month is over. I'm so excited. And I know you guys sent me a whole bunch of questions and DMs on social media. So I thought it would be really cool if I did a quick Q&A to answer them all. So this is by far the most important question. So I'm going to answer this one first. So like everything in life, you need a motivation for doing something. And for me, when I think about this issue in particular, I get kind of nervous and sad at the same time, just because it's an issue that I think most of us just ignore, and it's something that kind of affects all of us. So we all produce a ton of waste, and we just throw it in the dustbin and then forget about it and expect somebody else to do something about it. And in fact, all of us can make a difference. And I mean, it doesn't take much to see how shocking the situation is. I mean, all you have to do is go visit a landfill site, or I mean, you don't even have to step outside of your house. Go on your Facebook news feed, and you're sure to find someone that shared a video about um, like a beach completely covered in plastic, or an entire island just completely made out of plastic waste. Basically, just thinking about how beautiful this planet is. I mean, I'm such a huge nature lover, and I've always wanted to travel and see the world. And then you see all these beautiful places that are completely ruined by plastic waste and pollution, and that's enough of a motivating factor for me to do this challenge. So this is a great question, but I think this one is largely dependent on what you're going to find in the shops. So for me, a while ago, I made my own matcha honey granola. It's so delicious. So I love taking that to work along with some full cream yogurt that I bought from Nude Foods. It's some yogurt made by Campiel that comes in a jar, so it's wonderful. For snacks, we had a whole bunch of communal rusks at the office, so I just have that because I'm an incredible rusk monster and absolutely am obsessed with rusks. So I had that for a snack. And then for lunch, I would have usually a grain, so usually brown rice, quinoa, barley, something like that, along with roasted vegetables. Because it's winter and really cold, I kind of like my food warm at the moment. And then also some fresh greens, so fresh rocket leaves or baby spinach, I love. And then lastly, and very importantly, a protein source. And because I couldn't find a plastic-free butcher in my area, I completely relied on plant sources of protein. So this would be basically chickpeas, lentils, black beans mostly. So yeah, and then for supper, it would be pretty similar to lunch, but I would like switch up the protein or the grain, and then that would be that. Oh, and then at the office, I had a little container that I would put all kinds of things in so that I could take it home and put it in my compost. So that would be like banana peels, tea bags, and that kind of thing. But just be careful. There are some tea bags that you can't put in your compost because it's made out of synthetic fibers. But just check that out. But if it's made out of cotton, then you're good to go. So obviously throughout this challenge, I tried my best not to generate any waste, but I feel like I need to be completely honest here, and full disclosure, there were a few things that I couldn't help myself with. So the first thing was I bought some dish towels, and it was a pack of 2, and it came with a little thingy that kept them together. And that was paper, like a cardboard, but unfortunately it had a glass like glass finish to it, so I couldn't throw it in my compost. So there's that. And then I also obviously had toilet rolls, but those you could shred and put into your compost. And then awkwardly for the ladies, sanitary products. So yeah, that was that. So to be honest, I think that this challenge was a little bit easier for me than it might be for the average person. Um, this is mainly due to the fact that I am very health conscious. So I already eat very close to nature. So fresh fruits and vegetables, meat, eggs, nuts, seeds, that kind of thing. But I think for someone that eats a lot of processed foods, junk foods, chocolates, chips, that kind of thing, it might be quite difficult because you have to give up all that packaging. So those foods are a no-no. But personally for me, the hardest part was two things. Number one was cutting out meat completely. This was because I couldn't find a plastic-free butcher. So I had to basically just eat plant sources of proteins. And my body didn't really adjust too well to that. I did feel quite tired and fatigued and that kind of thing. I just think my body would have done better if the transition was a little bit more subtle. And then secondly, I had to cut out cheese. So I think that one was even more difficult than cutting out meat, because come on, cheese is life. Enough said. This was another very popular question. And to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't run out of any hygiene products in terms of soap or toothpaste or shampoo or anything like that. So technically I didn't throw anything away in that aspect. But there is 100% a solution if you do run out, or if you do want to go zero waste and be super hardcore. So a lot of plastic-free grocery shops will 100% sort you out with your shampoos and soaps and everything. The two that I went to was Nude Foods in Gardens in Cape Town, and the other one was Shop Zero in Woodstock. And both of them do cater for those kind of things. You can take your own container and dispense some shampoo, soap. They've got even toothpaste and toothbrushes and soaps and everything. So you will 100% be sorted out by them. So I was shocked how popular this question was. I got so many people asking me this. Did I lose weight or did I gain weight during this challenge? So obviously, oh no, not obviously, but I wasn't consciously counting calories or doing anything different besides for avoiding packaging. I was still doing my normal fitness routine and eating quite healthy, but I did end up losing about half a kilogram, but I think that was probably due to the fact that I cut meat from my diet. So the food that I was eating was pretty low in calories. But anyway, half a kilogram in a month is quite little. So this challenge didn't really have much of an effect on my weight. So yes, unfortunately, I couldn't buy any milk. So that's another thing I had to cut out. But seeing as though I'm quite the coffee addict, I did make a plan. And that plan was pretty much just stealing milk from people. And another solution would be taking, if you have a reusable coffee mug, just go to your nearest barista and I'm sure they'll be happy to, put your takeaway coffee in a reusable cup instead of a disposable cup. So that's another way of getting past that one. So guys, super quickly, I want to run through my top 5 ways to save on producing waste. So number 1, start composting. Number 2, find yourself a plastic-free grocery shop. Super easy, just go on Google. Number 3, please, please, please avoid individually packed products. Number 4, if you have to buy things in packaging, try and buy things in packaging that can be recycled. And mumble number 5, try and reuse things as far as possible. Trust me, guys, there are a ton of creative ways to reuse things. So think about your old wine bottles and even glass jars. Okay.